no idea how this happened with him or to him?
We were talking. We were literally talking. He also expects me to be a wife. Although I do work full-time and I do go to school, he still expects me to be a wife, where he comes home to a dinner, and sometimes he tries to tell me, oh, there's pretty girls that do come to work, or just to like see if I get jealous or anything, or yeah, he works with girls that are pretty and stuff like that, but I don't know.
He says that to you?
Yeah.
This is Bdour Al-Yasari, a cruel wife who murdered her husband and staged the crime scene to look like a home invasion, but the truth was very different. On the night of the 4th of February 2019 in Holt, Michigan, the lives of Bdour Al-Yasari and her 35-year-old husband, Ammar Al-Yasari, came to a shocking and tragic end. Ammar was found lying in a pool of blood inside his own home after suffering more than 24 fatal hatchet wounds. Bdour arrived home just before 8 p.m. The garage door would not open, so she left her daughters in the car and entered through the front door. She then moved the girls to safety and called police. Based on Bdour's statement, police initially believed it was a home invasion. But if it really was an intruder, why was the home security system disabled at 5:32 p.m.? And what would make someone strike Ammar more than 24 times with a hatchet? Was this grieving wife connected to what happened? And why did she appear to show almost no emotion over the death of the husband she claimed to love?
I'm going to ask you specifically, was there somebody else that you were seeing outside of your husband?
Like as a boyfriend or...
Intimately?
I mean, I had a part where I was seeing like friends with benefits.
Is there any chance that this person, you said you met him back in the summertime, right?
Mm-hmm. And during that period I met a lot of guys like on and off, and it was just again like...
Just hooking up?
Yeah.
Okay. Any chance any of those guys might want to do this to your husband?
No.
No chance?
They don't know. They don't know him.
But they know that you're married?
Yeah, but they don't know him.
This is the police interrogation of Bdour Al-Yasari. All right, now let's join the detectives as they expose the dark truth behind this cruel wife.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to establish, today's Monday, I want to establish what happened today with you. I mean, obviously, you got a job, your husband's got a job and stuff like that, and you guys weren't together all day. So I just want to get an idea of what your day's events were today, okay?
Sure.
So today, being Monday the 4th, what did you end up doing today? When you woke up?
I woke up at 5:45 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
My husband was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
My girls were sleeping. I went downstairs, made breakfast, packed everyone's lunches, made breakfast for my husband. I got dressed for work. I got ready for work. Then I went to the girls' bedroom, woke them up, got them dressed and ready, went downstairs. They ate breakfast. Then I went back upstairs, gave my husband a kiss because he was still sleeping. And then I left for the day. I dropped off my daughter. Oh no, I went to 7-Eleven first. I withdrew money because my daughter needed money for her school. And they both bought Slurpees, ices. I dropped off Fatima at her her before program at her school at Wilcox. Then I took Rukaya. I signed in Fatima, and then I left. No, actually I did not sign in Fatima because the teacher signed her in. And then I left. I took Rukaya to her class at People's Church Preschool. Signed her in, put away her lunch, put away her water, hanged her things in her cubby. She asked me to read with her. I sat down and read with her a little bit before I left. I gave her a hug. That's his brother calling me from back home.
Oh, back home? Where's back home?
Iraq.
Back in Iraq. Can we postpone that?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer because I don't know what he knows. I don't know if his sister told him anything or anything.
Okay. So you went to the People's Church with
Yeah.
Rakaya?
Yeah. She was like, Mommy, stay. I told her you can look at me from the windows, the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
They looked from the window. I went down. Next to the preschool, there's Bigby.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Bigby. Did I tell you what time I left?
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left the house 6:45 a.m.
Okay.
because I had to drop them off at two different schools.
Yeah.
Fatima's in Holt, but Rakaya was all the way in East Lansing, and I still have to be at work. So, yeah, I went and picked up.
Bdour calmly described her busy schedule from early that morning until she finished work. Every point in her timeline was explained in considerable detail, making it seem as though she had memorized every minute of that day. But to investigators, the more perfect a statement appeared, the more carefully it needed to be verified. In a homicide investigation, even one small period of unexplained time can be enough to destroy an account that initially seems completely believable.
I went down. I went upstairs to my office. I took off my coat. Put away my things. And my day started. I had a meeting. At 10.
Mm-hmm.
All the way. And then I had another meeting at noon.
You were at work the whole day?
I was at work all day.
What time did you actually leave work?
Like for the day?
Yeah.
At 4:30. That's when I got done from work, is at 4:30.
Okay. Did you leave work at all anytime?
Today?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I was all in the building, conference rooms. I was in and out of conference rooms today, but mainly in my office. And throughout the day, my husband and I, we were talking,
Mm-hmm.
all through text. He had lunch break, and I was getting ready to get on my lunch break, so I asked him if we could talk on the phone. Just sometimes that's what we do. He said the break room he's in, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I told him it's okay. So we just continued through text.
Mm-hmm.
Continued through text. So yeah, at 4:30 I got done. I warmed up the truck, and then I went to Rakaya, which
Mm-hmm.
she's in East Lansing. I signed her out because I have an app that notifies me like what time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I signed her out at like 4:50, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't get out right away because I had to get her things ready, her lunch bag, her water, her stuff on, and everything. So I probably left the preschool at 5.
Mm-hmm.
We proceeded to go pick up Fatima. But on the way, before we picked up Fatima from Wilcox, I stopped at their old child care, which is Griffin Vicky's. It's just across the street of the fire department, there's a child care there.
Right here in Holt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I went down with Rakaya, and I went to talk to Big John, but he wasn't there, so I talked to one of the providers there, and I told him I need the tax ID and child care expenses for the year when they were attending there.
Okay.
She wrote down my information. She said that he will call me.
Okay.
And then we left. We went to Wilcox. I picked up Fatima. After I picked up Fatima, I went to the library in Holt, the one right here.
Mm-hmm.
The girls were reading books and just playing in the kids area, and I had to print for my class,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't have ink at home. We have a printer, but we didn't have ink at home, so I just needed to print something
Mm-hmm.
while they were looking at the books, and we read a little bit of stories. Around, I don't know what time I spoke with, we were talking on the phone. He said, I just finished work. He texted me first. He's like, I finished work. I'm going home because he was going, after work, he was going to work out at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I'm going home. I feel tired. So I told him, okay, I'm in the library. And then we called, and he said he's on his way, and there was an accident on 127, and yeah, and I told him I'm almost done with the library, just checking out the books, and I'm gonna go to Meyer because Fatima needs a snack for her classroom. He's like, okay. So I went to Meyer. We made a quick trip because I told the girls, Daddy's tired, we have to make it quick. So we just rushed to the things that we needed. I went to get a snack. I got some mac and cheese for the girls, saltine crackers, and then they were getting hungry. So there was a Subway in Meyer. I asked them if they wanted anything. They said yes, so I got them a sandwich. And then while I was in line, I texted him. I was like, hi, babe. I'm getting the girls sandwiches. Do you need anything? Do you want anything? Waited, nothing. Text them again, nothing. Nothing. So I called a few times, nothing. So they wanted to eat, so we stayed there. They ate, we left.
You guys ate in the...
I didn't eat, the girls ate.
The girls ate in the Subway there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you guys left after they ate?
Yeah, and then we went back home. And then, for a second, the garage door wasn't opening for me.
Bdour continued describing the moment she returned home with her 2 daughters. The garage door, which normally worked without any problems, suddenly would not open, forcing her to use the front door instead. What frightened her was not the darkness inside the house, but the fact that the front door was unlocked, something she said was completely out of the ordinary for her family. That seemingly minor detail became one of the key pieces investigators focused on while reconstructing the crime scene.
Like, I usually enter from the garage door, but I was trying to enter and it wasn't opening at all. So
you mean you were trying to open it with the remote?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For some reason it wasn't opening. Like, I tried. No, it wasn't opening. Then I went down and I started putting the code in. It wasn't opening.
You actually got out to go put in the code on the tab on the...
Yeah, and it wasn't. I tried a lot of times and it still wasn't opening. Then I went back to my truck and I kept trying. And I held it. Fatima was saying, Mommy, is everything okay? So I was trying to go from the front door because I had a key, but the front door was unlocked.
Okay.
And we usually don't go from that door at all, unless we get a package or something like that. We're always entering from the garage, and then there's a door we enter. So I was scared, because that door usually is not open.
The front door.
Yeah, and I had my key with me, but it was open. It was unlocked.
Are you saying that the door was open, or?
It wasn't open, but it was like when you turn the knob, it was unlocked.
It was unlocked, but the door was actually shut. Okay.
So I enter. It was a little bit dark in there. I couldn't see anything. But I could see he's on the ground. I started calling his name. I started saying, baby, sweetie. And I was scared because I didn't know if someone was in there. And I had my girls. I didn't want them to see. I didn't want to see. So immediately, before even contacting the police, I contacted my friend Beth. I texted her. I said, can I please call you? It's an emergency. She didn't respond, so I immediately called my other friend, Tracy. She didn't answer me, so I went back and called Beth. She picked up. I told her, please come get the girls. There's been an emergency and I need to contact the police. She came immediately. I told her what I saw. And she's like, don't worry, I'll take care of the girls. And that's when I proceeded to contact the police, and then I was on the line with the police, and I called my mom.
Well, Bdour, it sounds like a full day ending with something, something tragic.
Yeah,
so
since 5:45.
Yeah. Do you know when you got home there, and you said that you were trying to open the garage door. Has that ever happened before, where you're having problems with the garage door at all?
I mean, no, not... It happened, I think, on one occasion, and then my husband was able to program it, and then it was working fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to get out this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I opened it, closed it. It was fine this morning. But yeah, it took about, like, I don't know if I was just panicking or anything. I don't know. But it really did take like about 10 minutes. And then I was putting the code. It wasn't going through.
So it wasn't open for you?
Yeah, the red. It was just coming out, flashing red. So my last resort was like, 15 was like, Mommy, let's go from the front door. So I told him, stay in the car, stay in the truck. And then it was unlocked, and I was like, okay, something's going on.
Okay. So when you get home there, and you get home, you walk inside, and your girls are still inside the truck?
On the driveway, yeah, in the driveway.
Yeah. How do you get the... Did you pull the truck into the garage?
Yeah, it then finally opened for me. Because after I saw that, I called Beth and everything, and I was waiting for her to come. I kept playing with the remote, kept playing. Finally did it open. I pulled it inside, took the girls out of the truck, because I didn't know if someone was inside, or if someone was in his truck, or anywhere. I was just, so we were like by the mailbox, kind of, and Beth came right away. She just took the girls.
Okay. The girls never made it inside, though?
They did not make it inside.
Okay. When you walked inside, from what you were telling me, you walked inside, you saw your husband on the ground. You said that you saw that he was down, and then you got scared and came back out to the...
After I called him a few times, and I was calling his name. And
Did you approach him at all? Try to go shake him or anything like that?
I didn't get near him, no.
Okay.
Because I was scared.
Oh, absolutely.
I was scared. I was scared. I don't know if someone was there. I don't know.
When you walked...
And my girls, I was worried my girls will follow me in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be close to them. I was scared.
Yeah.
When asked what she saw inside the house, Bdour said she did not walk toward her husband and instead immediately backed away because she feared the attacker might still be inside. However, what investigators remembered most was the strong smell of bleach throughout the house. In many intentional homicide cases, bleach is used to remove DNA evidence or bloodstains. Because of that, detectives quickly added this detail to the list of evidence requiring careful forensic examination.
When you walked into the house, did you notice any type of smells or anything like that?
There was a smell.
What was the smell?
I don't know. Like cleaning smell, like I don't know if it was like Clorox or bleach. It was very strong.
Do you have Clorox or bleach in your house?
I do.
Okay. For laundry and stuff like that?
Yeah, for cleaning purposes. I have a whole basket or box of cleaning supplies in the pantry area, like in that area.
Okay. So you kind of told me, and you didn't see anybody inside.
I did not. No.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. I just like got in from the front door, called him a few times. I did not approach him, and I could hear my little one was crying, and Fatima was like, "Mommy, is everything okay, Mommy?" Like they were like talking, and I didn't want. I knew they were going to start coming down because Fatima already opened her seatbelt.
Yeah.
So I closed the door. I told him to stay back. I'm going to call my friend. You guys want to go to Madeline's house? And they got excited.
Yeah.
So I started talking to Beth, and after that I called the police.
Okay. And your friend Beth came and picked up your girls. Did they pick up your girls before or after the police showed up there?
Before.
Before. Where does Beth stay?
Just down the street, Doncaster.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So right here in Holt as well.
Yes, very close, yeah.
Okay. So you kind of told me about your day. Obviously, you weren't with your husband or anything.
I know what his day was.
Yeah. Where does he work?
He works at MSU FCU,
Okay.
the credit union.
Which?
He has two branches, but they're both in East Lansing. So there's the MSU Union, the MSU Union, and then the East Lansing branch. They're both off of Grand River.
Okay.
And I don't know which one he was in today, but I do know that he had a late start today.
Okay.
He had work at 10.
So is that normal, like, every now and then he just goes in late?
Mondays and Fridays he would go in late. Usually when it's a late day for him, I take the girls and drop off the girls for him.
Okay.
But if it's his day, his normal day where he has to be work at 8:45, and I have to be work at 8 or earlier than that, he usually drops both of the girls.
Okay.
But he wanted to sleep in last night because he stayed to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he stayed up, so I was like, I'll take the girls and drop them off.
Okay. And just based on what you know, he was at work all day.
Yeah, no, actually I woke him up, I believe around 8:30. I texted him, I said, good morning, babe, are you awake? And then he texted me right away. He said, yes, I am awake. And we started talking. I asked him if he ate breakfast. He said, not yet, I'm just laying down in the bed. So we were just talking a little bit. But throughout the whole day today, we were talking back and forth on the texting. And he was telling me about his day, and I was telling him about my day. And
Did he? You said that he texted you when he was on his way home.
yeah.
Right.
And then we spoke on the phone also when he was on his way home.
Do you remember what time that was
Yeah.
approximately?
Yeah, I think my phone was about to die. Okay, so
And so the phone conversation you had with him at 6:46, that's the last time you spoke with him.
and then I tried texting him, asking him if he wanted a sandwich or.
And this is when he told you he was on his way home, like he was on.
He was on Holt Road. Yeah.
Holt Road on his way home, stuff like that. Okay. Obviously, you walked in and you saw what happened, or you saw the condition that you found your husband in. There, real quick before I forget, can you give me your husband's name?
Ammar, Ammar.
AR.
Same last name. Alyasari.
What's his birthday?
May 8th. 83.
Do you know his phone number?
Yeah, it's the same as mine. Just his last digit is a 1.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So, and I know Darren asked you a couple of things as well, and I just want to clarify a couple of things as well.
Bdour repeatedly insisted that her highest priority was protecting her 2 daughters before calling the police. That explanation sounded reasonable from the perspective of a mother. But detectives were interested in more than just her words. They compared every phone call, every text message, and every point in the timeline with the data recovered from her phone. In modern homicide investigations, technology often tells the truth more clearly than human memory.
When you went in and you saw the condition that your husband was in, what were your thoughts about the injury? How the injury may have happened?
It was too dark. I couldn't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was too dark. The smell, hearing the girls start calling and hearing my little one cry, and I didn't know what was going on. All in shock. I don't know if someone was there. I wanted my first thing was like, girls need to be safe.
Yeah.
I need to make sure they're safe. So that's why I contacted Beth immediately, and I was like, please get down here. It's an emergency. I need you so I can call the cops. Because I didn't want to call the cops while they were there, seeing all the splashing lights.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to traumatize them.
Yeah.
So as soon as Beth left, I got on the phone, called 911, started talking.
How?
I did not go back inside the house because the dispatcher told me not to go back inside.
What was just approximately? What was the time frame from when you got home, saw him, to when Beth came, picked up your girls, to when the police showed up?
Probably around from 7:50 to 8:10.
So about 20 minutes or so.
Because yeah, I was playing with the garage door for a while. It took me about like maybe 10 minutes just to continue playing with it.
To get to open and stuff. Put this on.
I'm sorry, and they're also calling me, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if his sister told her other brother. Yeah, at 8:05 I called 911. At 7:59 I spoke with Beth. At 7:58 I spoke with Tracy, and I couldn't get a hold of her. And my last call to Ammar was at 7:49 as I was turning on Glenberry.
Okay. When you said you woke up and you made breakfast and you started packing lunches for
I made
the girls.
I made his breakfast too. Prepared his breakfast, prepared his coffee, packed his lunch. Girls ate cereal for breakfast. I packed their lunch.
You said that you went in and you saw him on the ground. Did you see what kind of clothing he had on or anything like that? Or what he was wearing?
It was too dark. I didn't turn on any light. It was too dark. But he was wearing dark clothes, I think.
Okay.
I couldn't see.
But it was light enough where you could tell that
He was on the ground.
He was on the ground. And you said you called out to him a couple times.
And then my girls started hearing them. So I had to go back.
To go. I completely get that. What kind of, did your husband have like a jacket that he normally wears?
He has many jackets.
Okay.
Yep, he has many jackets. I don't know what jacket he wore today. I don't know if it was a light jacket or heavy jacket that he wore, but I prepared his clothes last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he still wore the same ones or not. But
what clothes did you pick up?
It was a black, and it has Michigan State University Federal Credit Union, like just a logo.
Was it like a polo shirt or a button-down shirt?
No, it had a zipper, like a half zipper. I don't know if he still wore it or not. But the pants is like a gray, dark gray, kind of wool kind of type. It's not very wool, but the material of it is not.
It wasn't jeans though.
No, it wasn't jeans. He usually wears jeans on Friday and Saturday for work.
Okay. Do you know if he ever made it to the gym? You said that he told
No, he did not. No, he did not make it to the gym. Yeah, no, he did not. Yeah, because he got done around 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And he usually like on this type of day, he usually finishes at 5:45.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me he had a member. He was helping that member.
Does he normally come home, change, then go to the gym?
I actually asked him that when he did tell me that he was going to the gym today. I asked him, I was like, do you have your workout bag with you? He's like, yeah, I already have it with me. He used to do CrossFit in Holt, and yeah, he would just go straight to the workout.
Okay. So if he didn't go work out, he would just come straight home and just be at home for the rest of the night. But if
have dinner and then just
okay.
be home.
His lunchbox. Does he have a lunchbox? Does he just carry a bag?
A lunch bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's also like MSU, FCU kind of bag.
Okay. You said it's like a bag. It's got a strap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green, white, and gray.
There's a couple of questions that I want to ask you, and you may not know the answer to it. If you do, and you know the answer, I'd love to know the answer. If not, just tell me you don't know. Okay.
After finishing their questions about the crime scene, investigators turned in a completely different direction by examining Ammar's relationships and personal life. In their experience, a homicide rarely happens without a motive. If the victim had no conflicts at work or elsewhere, then the answer was likely to be found within the people closest to him. Every plan to return to Iraq, every family member, and every part of Ammar's daily routine was carefully examined, Because sometimes a detail that appears completely harmless becomes the missing link that leads investigators to the truth that someone is still trying to hide.
Has your husband, do you know if he has anybody that might be upset with him? Has he talked to you about anybody who might want to harm him or might be upset with him in any way?
No.
At all?
I know that he's been telling me that he wants to go visit back home, just for a visit, like mid-March, beginning of April. He said just for a week he wants to visit because his dad's getting older and he just wants to visit.
And this is home, meaning Iraq?
Iraq, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I mean, he's very private.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't socialize, so he doesn't have a big group of friends, like I do. I have a big group of friends, and it's just like us, like me and my kids, and then work, and then his sister, and then my family. So he's just very private and about his personal life.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, he has never mentioned someone being angry at him or.
Have you guys ever had to call the police because of certain things? People showing up at your house or anything like that?
Never. Never. Yeah, no, we don't have anything. I mean, I'm sure you guys are going to check, like, any records, but nothing.
Sorry about that. So, when you guys go, he was planning on going back to Iraq. Where in Iraq? Was he or something?
Karbala.
Karbala?
Yeah, that's where his family, that's like the center of Iraq.
You guys didn't like buy any plane tickets or anything like that to go back? You guys just talked to him?
He talked to me about it, and he told me to contact the travel agent. And a few weeks ago, she did call me, and she gave me the price, and I told him, and he said, no, that price is still pricey. Let's wait. He said, I'm not at a rush. I just want to go for a visit. It's nothing urgent. He spoke to his dad and mom yesterday, and he checked on them, and he was having a conversation with them. So.
He wanted to go back to visit his dad and stuff. It wasn't like
he was just going to, like, for a visit. That's what he told me. Like, he wants to go visit. He misses his family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you guys did contact a travel agent and everything else like that, but you guys decided you guys were going to wait.
Yeah, he told me to wait because that price that she gave us was it was pricey, that he thought, and also the airport arrival would be in Baghdad, and he did not want that because Baghdad, of course, is not safe.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me he wants it at, like, Najaf or there. It's a little bit safer that way.
Okay. Has he ever mentioned to you or said anything to you about maybe wanting to hurt himself? Has he ever had a history of wanting to hurt himself or anything like that?
No, I mean, it's just talk sometimes, like, because of, like, financial stress, but no.
You mentioned financial stress. Do you mind if I ask you a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have a mortgage, we have 2 expensive car payments,
Mm-hmm.
I have student loans, we have credit cards, lots of credit cards. I mean, we are living paycheck to paycheck, and it can be stressful on him because he pays all the bills,
Mm-hmm.
and he handles all the bills, and he budgets everything, because, of course, he's more knowledgeable on that end. He has a master's degree in economics, and he works at the bank, so he's more knowledgeable than I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to worry about anything. But, yeah, he is stressed about that, but he's always not showing me that he's stressed.
Yeah, doing the guy thing.
Yeah.
Trying to.
Yeah.
I get it.
Providing and.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. Obviously, I'm trying to think of why this would have happened. or how this could have happened.
So did he hurt himself or someone hurt him?
But that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did you get a chance to see him?
I did. So that's what I was going to explain to you. So I went into the house.
Where is he hurt?
It's exactly like you said. You go in the hallway and he's down on the ground, right? I don't know how.
Was there blood?
There was blood.
A lot?
Blood, yes, there was.
A lot?
There was a lot of blood.
A lot?
A lot. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here. And I'm just gonna outright tell you, whatever or however he was harmed, it was in a violent manner. It wasn't like it was, you know.
So it's not him.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not him then.
Well,
why was the front door unlocked?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to.
I didn't tell Darren. I forgot to tell Darren.
That's what I'm trying to get to, because like, now I've been a police officer for a long time. If somebody wanted, say for example, somebody wanted to come in and break into your house and steal a TV or something like that, you know, it wouldn't be. I would go in thinking that there was a door that got, you know, kicked open, right? A window that got broken into and somebody crawled in or something like that.
We have an alarm system.
Well, and that's what kind of makes this a little bit more, boggles my mind a little bit more, is that I don't have any signs of anybody breaking in. So I don't know. That's why I asked you if there was anybody that might have, you know, he may have known, may have let in or anything.
Again, he's very private, so.
Do you know if he owes anybody any money?
Just credit cards.
So like
mortgage, like, I mean, just the regular.
Like he didn't borrow. Okay.
No, not people.
Okay. So and that's what we're trying to get to.
No, I understand. I'm here to help in whatever I can and whatever I know. I'm trying to do my best. And I mean, he's always been very strong, and he doesn't want to show me that we're struggling. But I know. I'm not dumb. I know we're struggling.
Does anybody else live with you guys other than you, your husband, and your kids?
And our cat.
And your cat. Anybody else live with you?
Lived with us?
Lives with you? Have
right
access
now,
to your
no.
house? Anybody else might have a key to your house?
No. Not even his sister.
Okay.
And they live in Okemos, and my parents live in Ann Arbor.
Okay. And nobody else lives with you. Nobody else has that you guys know of that has a key to your house.
Nobody has a key.
Okay.
No, we have no copies of our keys except myself and my husband.
Okay. And you see where I'm going with this, is that, like we were just talking about, there's no signs of anybody kicking in the door or anything like that. And what we're talking about is that it doesn't appear that your husband hurt himself. And so what I'm trying to get to is, who do we think might have been in your house that may have caused harm to your husband? I
don't know.
Is there anybody that you can think of that might have a reason to want to hurt him? Did he ever, you know, hurt anybody else?
No.
Or anything else like that?
He's very, I mean, I'm sure you guys are going to ask it. He's very kind, law-abiding person. He has no records at all, not even a ticket. He's loved where he's worked. Everybody loves him. His family loves him. I love him.
Okay. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I want to ask you a question, okay?
Finding no evidence of conflicts or enemies, the detectives continued expanding their investigation into Ammar's past. They wanted to know whether his journey from Iraq to the United States, his ties to his homeland, and his family relationships could have created any motive behind this tragedy. Every answer helped them eliminate one theory after another, but at the same time, it made the overall picture of the case even more complicated.
And I want you to be honest with me about it. And this is, because right now we're just hitting dead ends. Everything that I'm kind of racking my brain.
I know, but what can I do? I mean, that's all I know. I'm trying to think. The only thing that did happen was he mentioned that he does want to go visit his family.
Is there any other reasons that might be for him wanting to leave the country? Not necessarily just to visit.
Well, he came here as a sponsored student back in 2008 at MSU, and obviously the country, Iraq, was paying for all his studies and whatnot, and part of that he had to put his family house as, I don't know what they use. Collateral.
His family house in Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if he doesn't return, we're going to take the house basically.
Yeah.
So, but if he comes back and they don't employ him in a year, that contract goes away. Like the house is free and everything. So he finished school, I believe, in 2012. We got married in 2009. So he came here in 2008. And we got married in 2009. He finished school 2012. Myself, my husband, and I think Fatima was a baby. I think Fatima was like 2 or something like that, or less than that. We did go back.
To Iraq?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did go back. There was no signs of employment whatsoever, so then I asked, because it was hard on us, it was hard on my daughter, she was getting sick, and I was like, can I apply for a green card for you so we can go back? And I did that, we did that process, and it was very tough, very tough. Fatima got really sick, so he sent me and Fatima back home. I couldn't take it because it was hard on me being alone just with her. I lasted for only a month, and I went back to him. I told him I can't do it without him. Eventually his green card and his visa got done. We came back, and that's when we started our life.
When did you guys get back here? About 2000, you said 2012 you guys went back?
2013.
2013 you guys came back? Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
when you guys came back, did you guys move here in Holt?
We bought we were living in Hazlitt, apartment, but we lived previously in Okemos, Hazlitt, East Lansing, but before buying our house, we bought it in 2016.
I want to ask you a question about your relationship with your husband. Has there ever been any issues with you guys in your relationship?
I don't know. He loves me. I know he loves me, and I know he doesn't do it sometimes to hurt me or anything, but sometimes, like, his words, the way he talks to me, are hurtful. He also expects me to be a wife. Although I do work full-time and I do go to school as well, he still expects me to be a wife, where he comes home to a dinner and his clothes are ready and everything is ready.
Is that kind of a cultural thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I come from a very male-dominated culture as well, so I completely get it.
Yeah. I had a miscarriage recently in September, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
I didn't feel like the support, and he explained it to me. He's like, he doesn't know how to deal with it either, because he doesn't know what to do, and he doesn't know how to be there, or if he did say a few things here and there that were really hurtful to me. He did not know they were very hurtful to me, so he's like, I don't know what to do. But other than that, no. We love each other. We're always in contact. We don't fight. If we do fight, we don't sleep a night without talking.
Something kind of gets handled that night.
Yeah.
At this point, the interrogation was no longer focused on the crime scene, but instead centered on the couple's married life. Bdour admitted that the emotional pain following her miscarriage had caused the distance between her and her husband to grow greater over time. There was no physical violence and no intense arguments, but careless words and a lack of emotional support can sometimes quietly wear down a marriage over a very long period of time.
But I would say, like, sometimes it can be, like, I consider it sometimes, like, emotional and verbal abuse. Because it just messes with my head a lot.
Yeah.
But no physical abuse, no hitting, no nothing.
Okay. So a lot of the times when you guys get into these, we'll just call them arguments. When you guys get into these arguments, can I ask you what they're usually about? Is it relationship stuff, financial stuff?
Never financial, no. Like I said, the financial part of it, he makes sure that's taken care of, and he's a provider, and he doesn't want to burden me on that. But I don't know, it's just random things. Yeah, it could be relationship stuff or I don't know.
You mentioned that you had miscarriage in September. That was only about 4 months ago or so.
And I'm still struggling.
One of the things that you said is that he has said some things to you that are hurtful, and maybe he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
And just like things like when he sees me like a mess, because he's used to me always smiling.
Yeah.
He's like he explained it later to me. He's like, I'm not used to seeing you down like this. This is I miss you smiling, and so he said, like, because one day I was just really messed up, and he's like, well, I think you really should be over it by now. That was not okay. And then he wasn't seeing, like, when I told him that's not, you don't say things like that, he wasn't getting it. He wasn't understanding. And that was hurtful. But then later he explained to me that he didn't mean it, he just didn't know how to be there for me, because he's used to always seeing me smile. He's used to seeing me, like, be strong and all that. So.
Any issues with kids between the two of you?
Our kids?
Yeah.
No. Our kids are happy. They're well taken care of. He stayed with them when we had those days.
The real cold days last week.
Yeah. And I had to be at work. He stayed with them the whole time, and they were sending me pictures, and we were talking, and he was keeping me updated about the girls, and they had a great time. They behave for their dad more than they behave for me.
The opposite in my house. My kids behave for my wife, and they don't for me.
But he's a good dad. He loves them, and they love them. And they love their dad a lot.
How would you, I don't want to say rate, but how would you judge your relationship with your husband? Is it, I know you said it, we love each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, we love each other, but I think the miscarriage really, because before that we had an ectopic pregnancy.
You had a what?
Ectopic pregnancy.
I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is.
So it means a pregnancy, but it's outside the uterus, and it's very life-threatening, and I had to have surgery. So that was also in September of 2017. Okay. That, and I was a mess. And then my husband asked me, what would make you happy? He's like, if a baby really makes you happy, we can try. And then we started trying, and then I got pregnant, and we were both happy, very excited. The kids were happy. And then, same thing, and then the news, no heartbeat. And I had to get surgery and go through all that process again. But I just felt like he wasn't there for me, and I kind of blame myself, because it's not his fault. He doesn't know what to do. He's a guy. He doesn't know what to say. But I'm very sensitive, and I think I got very hurt by that.
Well, I mean, it is a sensitive topic.
It is, especially because ectopic pregnancy about the same time in 2017 in September, and then a miscarriage in 2018.
I'm sorry to hear all that.
No,
Do you know if your husband had any? You said that he handled most of the finances and stuff like that.
He does. I have no idea.
Do you know if he?
I never paid a bill before.
Do you know if he has any type of insurance out on you guys, life insurance or anything like that?
I'm sure he does. He works with MSUSU, so I'm sure because the reason he stayed there, because I always tell him, why don't you look for a different job? Why don't you look for a different job? Because their pay is not the best. And he tells me, well, the benefits are really good. The benefits are really good. Health insurance for life. And I think, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, benefits are, they're a big factor. It's hard to find
even if he worked for only 3 years there?
Well, you guys came back in 13.
Well, no, he didn't find a job right away. So, yeah.
Okay.
The investigators continued exploring Ammar's work and everyday life in order to build a complete profile of the victim. Based on the account given, he appeared to be a dedicated employee, respected by his coworkers, and someone who always worked hard to carry the financial responsibilities of his family. However, behind that image still existed career pressures and personal expectations that had not yet been fulfilled, details the police could not ignore while analyzing the full context of the case.
Did he seem to enjoy his job there?
He likes his job. He really does like his job. He enjoys his job. He's a public notary. He speaks Arabic, so members that don't speak English, he goes and translates for them.
Yeah.
He enjoys his job. He really does. He helps out his teammates. They rely on him a lot. But, he does get stressed because he sees that he's doing outstanding and above and beyond, and when he applies for higher positions within, he doesn't get the position, even if he is qualified for it. So that he sometimes gets down by that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I want to talk about your relationship you had with him a little bit more. You said that there were times where he wasn't there for you. Unfortunately, it's just kind of a guy trait. Sometimes guys just don't know how to. I've been married to my wife for almost 20 years, and even to this day, sometimes guys who don't always say the right things, because it's one of those things where you try to be understanding, but the guy thing to do is, what guy doesn't want to see his wife smiling and stuff all the time, So maybe his way of fixing it is the guy way, hey, get over it, and I want my life back type stuff,
Yeah.
And I can completely understand how that, from your perspective.
Because I have no one. Like, when I was going through that, like, I call, like, my mom or my sister, and, yeah, well, it wasn't meant to be, blah, 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 or...
Who would say that to you?
Like, I'm saying, like, if I call, like, my sister or my mom, like, it wasn't meant to be, and you should move on, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. So I had no one. So the person that I wanted the most was my husband. And, he started doing better after that incident happened, but...
How, do you mind me asking how you and your husband met? You said that you're...
through family.
Okay.
Yeah, through family. My parents, he came as a sponsored student. My dad, at the time, was helping a lot of students here in East Lansing. And when they first come, they don't know English, they don't know how to drive, they don't know anything, right?
Yeah.
So my dad would come to East Lansing, pick up all the students, and take them to Dearborn shopping, like to get Islamic food, like halal food.
Yeah.
Because here in East Lansing, they can't eat that meat and chicken.
Yeah.
And then he would drive them back and forth, so that's how we met.
Oh, okay.
It was basically kind of arranged, you can say.
Oh, okay. Are you originally from here?
I was actually born back home in Iraq too.
Okay.
But I came when I was like a little kid.
Okay.
But I grew up in Dearborn, then moved to Ann Arbor when I was 16 with my family. And then I got married when I was 18 and moved to East Lansing, my husband and I. No, he was always in East Lansing, but I moved to East Lansing.
You moved in, obviously, to be with your husband.
It's a farm, yeah.
You said that it was arranged. Was it?
If you explain it, it's kind of arranged.
Yeah. It wasn't... When you say arranged, you're kind of saying your dad... Obviously, your dad was helping out your husband because he was a new student here and stuff like that. Did he build a relationship with your dad, and then you met him through your dad? Pretty much, as your dad was doing
through my family. My mom was visiting Iraq at the time, and she met his family, she met his mom, and they started talking, and they asked me, and I accepted.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I learned to love him,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know him. Like, at the time, I had no idea who he was, or...
No dating or anything like that
Nope.
before?
Nope, so...
I just ask because I'm curious as well, because in my culture, sometimes there are arranged marriages, like straight arranged. Hey, my daughter knows, my daughter's single,
Mm-hmm.
My son is single,
Mm-hmm.
and we're the parents, and we can tell them to marry. That's how it is. So, outside of my culture, that's, when you say arranged marriage, that's my
That's
thought.
what comes to your
Yeah,
mind.
exactly. In my culture.
I mean, yeah, I think we met in May, I would say, and we got married in mid-July. So, how many months?
Almost a month and a half.
Yeah. So,
Okay. No, I get it.
so I learned to love him. I was 18.
You said he was born in.
Iraq, in Karbala. Yeah.
So you guys about 7 years apart.
Yeah. Probably 26 or so. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked here a little bit, but obviously, but what happened here today? I know you weren't with him all day, and he's never mentioned to you about anybody ever trying to hurt him, about being scared for his life or anything like that. Never mentioned that he might want to hurt himself or anything like that.
No.
After nearly an hour of questioning, the interrogation shifted once again to the relationship between the husband and wife during the months before Ammar passed away. The investigators wanted to know whether the emotional distance that followed the family tragedy had led either of them to seek comfort elsewhere. This is the type of question that often appears during homicide investigations because even the smallest changes in a relationship can sometimes become the missing link that leads to the truth.
No, he never mentioned that someone's out to get him, or he's worried, or no.
Never showed any signs of worry for you or your kids or anything like that.
No.
Never said anything. And as a husband, sometimes I call my wife and say, hey, look, when I used to work nights, I would call her and say, hey, look, make sure that front door's locked. And that backsliding.
Well, he does that. He does do that. Like, because sometimes he works Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Like every other Saturday, and I would be home with the girls by myself. It's not like he's working late, but I'm saying, he would also check the house, like close the door,
Anything in the last few months that might have changed, like if would you ever say something?
We were distant for a while. Like we were distant for a while. Like cold. Like we were cold.
Like recently?
Yeah, since the miscarriage, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back in September.
Yeah, we were trying actually to get better at it, and I did see an improvement with him, with him helping with the girls more, with him being a little bit sensitive with me, like when he talks with me, and I did see a change recently, like I would say in the last month. But yeah, we were very distant for a little bit, for a few months.
And this is the question that I'm asking just because I'm a married man as well, and I know sometimes when you get to one of those points in your relationship where you feel like you don't have that support and stuff like that, sometimes you seek out or look for support in some other places. Not necessarily, saying that he's going to go out and cheat on you or you're going to go out and cheat on him or anything like that, but to your knowledge, do you know if he sought comfort somewhere else or anything else like that?
I don't know. I mean, he recently...
Anything any of his actions recently
Yeah.
that might make you a little suspicious of that?
I mean, recently, like, he's not a very social person,
Mm-hmm.
and recently started, he has Facebook, but he recently downloaded, Snapchat and Instagram.
He said he's not a very social person, so in your opinion, obviously I don't know him, but
I don't know.
in your opinion, would you say that that's out of character for him?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is. I guess it is. Because he's, like, from home to work, but he's been working out a lot lately, and he's been seeing results.
Hmm. What's your interpretation of that?
I don't know. Sometimes it does make me wonder. Sometimes, too. Yeah, because we were kind of, like, cold for a little bit, so...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. No, I haven't found anything like, oh, something that is like a red flag right away. But he comes home. Like, he comes home.
Mm-hmm.
Comes home, like, from, I know the time he goes to work, the time he gets off of work, comes home, other than going to the gym.
Ever catch him doing anything on the computer or anything like that where, say you walk in and, you know...
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you know if he's done anything? Do you? And I don't want to make it seem like you're like an overbearing wife or anything like that. But does he hide his phone away from you? Like if you go grab his phone and say, "Hey, don't look at that," or anything like that.
I actually know his passcode. He knows my passcode. Yeah, we have nothing. I mean, he looks at my phone. I look at his phone.
Never found anything that made you suspicious?
Like I said, just the recent, like,
Instagram.
Snapchat and Instagram, I found it very surprising because that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what's this? And then he was like, oh, I wanted to try it. So I'm like, okay. But then I did look.
Ever see anything?
But no, I mean, he was sitting next to me. I did look, and it was like, girls on there. I noticed a few of them. I was like, oh, you have only girls on there.
Like his contacts were just other girls?
Like his friends on there were only girls, but he...
Did you recognize who they were?
I recognized one of them as his coworker, and then the others, I believe they're coworkers. I don't know.
Did you question him about it at all?
He just said, oh, they added me, or he's like, it's still new, I still haven't added anybody, so I was like, okay. I don't know.
How recent was that?
That was like 2 nights ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Details that seemed completely ordinary at first were now placed under careful analysis. Ammar's unexpected use of Snapchat and Instagram, along with having many female coworkers in his contact list, made Bdour feel uncomfortable, although she insisted she had never found any evidence of an affair. For the investigators, the important objective was not to prove infidelity, but to determine whether these recent changes were connected to the motive behind the case or were simply unrelated coincidences.
I was like sitting with him.
Obviously, you know, I like I said, I've been married almost 20 years. So when my wife picks up, my phone or something, and I'm not big on Facebook and stuff like that too. But my wife does Facebook, so every now and then, you know, she'll say, "Hey, take a look at this" or something, and she signed in on my phone one day, and you know, I don't like looking at Facebook very often, but we do have a lot of same friends and stuff. So I was looking at something where it was a mutual friend of ours, but it was kind of an embarrassing post, and it was the last thing on my web browser. And she opens it up, she's like, "What are you looking at?" And it's one of those things, you know, you get a little embarrassed, you know, and stuff like that. So I completely get it. It's your wife, you know, your wife looking at it, and she's questioning, you know, so.
You're right, she can get jealous easily,
Yeah.
because she's supposed to be the one.
But you don't suspect them doing any of that?
No. I really don't know.
How would you interpret it? Like I said, I've never met your husband. I don't know him. I don't know what his intricacies are and stuff like that. So,
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, sometimes he tries to tell me, oh, there's pretty girls that do come to work, or just to like see if I get jealous or anything, or yeah, he works with girls that are pretty and stuff like that. But I don't know.
He says that to you?
Yeah.
See, I think that's insensitive. I would never go tell my wife, "Hey, I'm working with pretty girls," and stuff like that.
See, that's what I meant, like emotional abuse and verbal abuse is like that kind of stuff, kind of. But I don't know. I know he loves me though.
Do you think?
What was I doing?
It was raining all day. And I know I've asked you. You think that he would do something like that? And you said that, you know, he loves you and stuff like that. you've never actually caught him doing anything like that? Messages, meeting up with anybody else?
I trust him, so I never had, when he had his phone next to me, I go and, dig in and say, no, I never had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a thought to do that.
He didn't give you a real reason to
no.
to really look around and stuff like that?
Yeah, I never actually had, I know his password, he knows my password.
And the reason why...
my Facebook password, I don't know his Facebook password, because he has multiple Facebooks.
Is that odd?
Well, I asked him, I was like, why do you have 3 or 4? He said, 1, there's 4 here, for his friends here, American friends.
Oh, okay.
1 is for, only his family, and 1 is, for his Arabic friends. And I'm like, okay.
Have you, and you've never seen any...
No, I mean, I would sit with him, and I see him, using his phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Or in my mind, I say, I don't know.
Well, obviously...
Maybe it's a red flag, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm asking. If do you think it's a red flag? Because, for
I don't know.
me personally...
I trust him, so I don't know. Seeing him, come home every night, and, the only thing that he would do is just go to the gym. But he comes home. He doesn't, if he goes out to visit his sisters.
And they're the ones who live in our...
No, in Okemos.
Oh, in Okemos.
Yeah. But, when we go to visit my family, if he's not working, he would come with me.
Mm-hmm.
We would spend the night there. So, I don't know.
I want to ask you something, a personal question, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Hypothetically, if you found or caught your husband doing something, and I just put it out there, if he's cheating on you and stuff like that, how would that make you feel?
Heartbroken. Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would probably leave.
And I'm not saying that he is. Obviously.
Does it sound like it is?
What's that?
I'm does it sound it is? I might be stupid and not seeing it, but
well,
you're an experienced professional, so maybe does it sound like it?
No, we talked about red flags and stuff like that, and I run my house differently from how you and your husband run yours. My wife and I, obviously, we have we've been together for 20 years, so the dynamic in our house is going to be a lot different from what it is in your house and stuff like that, our relationship. But, flags are different for everybody. I don't know, what would be for you and
I don't know.
what would be for me. In my opinion, you asking me, does it sound like it?
Yeah.
I don't want to say yes or no. I can't say yes or no just because I don't know. If, obviously if he having 3 Facebook pages, I don't even have 1, so I can't speak on that. But
I don't want to talk bad about him because I do love him, but he is controlling.
Mm-hmm.
The wife still believed that everything she had experienced was simply part of the personality of a husband who cared deeply about his family. But from the investigator's perspective, a series of details began connecting into a familiar pattern: controlling social media, limiting personal relationships, constantly monitoring her whereabouts, and gradually isolating his spouse from the outside world. This is the type of behavior that criminal psychology experts often consider a warning sign, because controlling behavior rarely appears without reason.
He made me delete my Facebook so many times. He made me delete my Snap or my Instagram so many times, and I tell him why. Is it you don't trust me? Or he's like, no, you just spend too much time on them, or you don't need that. You need to focus at home and on the kids. And
what do you think his reason is? Do you think it is because you spend too much time on it?
No, I don't spend too much time on it.
You think it might be because of an insecurity?
Yeah, I
that
think
he thinks
so.
That...
Or maybe now you kind of open my eyes. Maybe he's doing something and then he's trying to I don't know.
Reflected on you?
Yeah.
Type stuff? Well, and that's why I ask. You know, people are we're creatures of habit. That's why I always ask. That's why I kept asking, is that normal for him? Is that something he would normally do?
Yeah, he doesn't want me to go out with my friends. If I do go out, I have to take either the kids with me, and some of my friends don't have kids. I can't take my kids with me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I go visit my family alone, he would be like, "Where are you? Where are you going? What happened? Who'd you talk to?" Like, I don't know. I thought it was no. I think it's for me. I think it's normal.
Do you?
But sometimes it kind of get annoying.
Well, annoying, and I'm gonna ask you. Do you think that I guess I'm trying to word this properly, but I guess, do you feel like it's like smothering, almost? Like where he's almost kind of trying to limit you and control you?
I don't know. But he's been, like, within the last month or so, he's been better.
Mm-hmm.
He's been better. He's been very sensitive. He's been very loving. He's been helping with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Spending time with the girls, telling me to get rest, and he'll go down with the girls, like, on the weekends if they wait. I mean, they're always up early, even on the weekends.
Yeah. My kids are too.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
I never sleep.
Well, you get them on that creatures of habit thing. You know, you get your kids to bed early. They get up early.
They do.
So
sleep at
on the
7:30.
weekends, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay though.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of at a loss as to, from what you're explaining to me. It doesn't sound, just from what you've given me, it doesn't sound like he's a guy that is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't sound like he's a guy that's going out there,
He doesn't drink. He does not, like,
causing trouble, getting people mad at him and stuff like that.
I mean, like I said, he doesn't even have a ticket, like a driving ticket. Like, nothing.
So and that's what makes this even more compelling and more confusing for me, is if he is just a straight up nice guy and stuff like that, based on what I know and as an experience as a police officer, it doesn't make sense that you would come home and find him the way he is, with, you know, he's not out there making enemies. He's not out there, ticking people off and stuff like that. And that's why it's compelling. It's one of those things where I'm reaching here, trying to figure out how or why this could have happened. You know, and I'll put this out to you, okay? If it's something that you're afraid that, and I'm not saying that you do, but if you do have knowledge or you do know of what may have happened, and you're thinking, hey, look, I kind of don't want to tell Detective Lowe because I might get myself in trouble here.
I don't know anything.
But if it's one of those things where, hey, look, you know, I don't want to get this guy in trouble because...
I have no idea. Like I said, he doesn't have, like, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our friends are because they are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like mutual friends.
Yeah.
But he has his work friends, and then his sister and her husband and my family, and all the rest of all his family's back home. But he's very private. Like I said, he's very private about his personal life, and he's not very social. Like.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think? Because you said that a couple of times, that he's very private and stuff like that. Is there, in your opinion, is there a side to him that he might have that you might not know about him?
And I don't know, and that's why I was like, I don't know.
Do you think there's, in your opinion? I mean, we're all humans. I mean, the privacy is in our mind.
Yeah, but I honestly don't know. I really don't know. Like, right now my mind's telling me, like, no. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Just the most recent things that I've noticed. That was it.
Okay. You said you grew up here in the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been here ever since you were a kid?
Yeah. Since I was like 4, maybe.
And he grew up in Iraq.
Mm-hmm. His first time coming here was in 2008.
So there's, but you are Iraqi originally. You're from
I was
Iraq.
born here, yeah.
Okay. So, and I want to ask you, obviously, because I'm a minority, and I have friends and relatives and stuff like that that come over from Laos and Thailand and stuff like that as well, and then you see kind of the I guess the culture clash. You know, you come over there and from over there, there's, like you mentioned earlier, you get over here, you don't know how to drive, you don't have a driver's license, sometimes you barely speak the language and stuff like that, and there's a lot of I guess catching up to do.
Yeah, adjusting and transitioning.
Yeah, especially with the culture and stuff like that. You seem to be more grown up here in the U.S.
Yeah. I started preschool here, so.
Would you say you're more westernized?
Yeah.
Than he is?
He is parts. His English is really well. He has a citizenship right now. He's a fast learner. Mm-hmm. We're living the American life.
We talked about it culturally before, where you said that he wants a wife at home. He comes home and he expects there to be dinner, you to rear the kids and raise the kids and stuff like that. Have you guys had issues with that in the past, with his view of what my home, my wife should be?
I just kept quiet. I never mentioned anything about it, but I think when he saw me struggling after the miscarriage, and it was really tough, like it really took me down. And most recently he started helping out.
With the kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like I said,
What's happening right now to him? Where is he?
So right now,
I mean, we've been gone for a while.
Yeah, we've been gone for about an hour and a half here.
And I thought we were going to be back.
This was the moment when the investigator officially confirmed a reality that no one wanted to face. Their home had been secured as the scene of a homicide investigation. Forensic technicians were collecting every fingerprint, every bloodstain, every shoe print, and every remaining piece of physical evidence. While the cause of death had not yet been fully determined, every member of the victim's family became an important piece of the puzzle that investigators were trying to put together.
So what's happening, and obviously, you know, he's deceased, he's passed, right? So right now, as police officers, we treat it as, because we don't know what happened. So the way that we have to investigate and the way that we have to view it is that it was not self-inflicted, that somebody actually caused the harm that caused him to be deceased. So we're treating it like he got murdered, like he got killed by somebody else right now. Okay, so that's the investigation that we got going right now at your house. Is we have the house sealed away with him inside. We're gonna have crime scene investigators come out and process the scene at the house and everything else like that, collect pieces of evidence, take pictures, all that stuff is going on right now at the house.
That's what you see on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening in my house?
Yeah, all that stuff. And you know, at any point in time in this investigation, if you have questions, I'm going to give you a card that when we're all done talking, feel free to give me a call about it. But right now, based on what you're telling me, is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to develop an idea of why this could have happened, how this could have happened. Because you remember what we talked about earlier before, that if it was somebody breaking into your house to steal a TV, jewelry, whatever the case may be, and say he gets home from work and he finds them inside and then gets into a struggle or something like that, that at least help us explain the why or how it happened. Right now we don't know the why or the how. I don't know why somebody would want to hurt your husband. I don't know how he was harmed to the point of where he was actually killed and he lost his life. I don't know any of that. I don't know the what. I don't know what for. What was the reasoning for it? Why did he? I mean, I don't know your husband, but I don't think he had a heart attack or anything like that. So that's all those questions are questions we're trying to figure out. And
he did tell me he was tired, but you're saying there was blood.
Mm-hmm.
So
there was blood.
So someone hurt him.
And we're trying to figure out who.
So it's not like he had a heart attack or...
Right.
Because heart attack, there's no blood.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said that when you walked in, you smelled chemicals, like a bleach or Clorox smell and stuff like that. Does your house normally smell like that? Like bleach or Clorox?
No, not when I left this morning.
And that's another compelling thing, is that bleach is kind of a nasty smell, you know, and it's poisonous. You know, you can't be around a bleach smell for too long without having issues. So it's not a normal thing. So right now, that's another reason why we feel like.
Did he drink some?
Well, that's the thing, is I don't think he drank any.
Where is it? Is it like open?
Well, I don't know where the bleach is.
So where?
That's the thing.
Is it on him?
I don't know. I walked in there, saw what you saw, kind of walked around a little bit.
Is it on the ground?
There was some on the ground, and then we walked out. Well, there was something on the ground. I don't want to say if it was or not, but there was something on the ground that it was like a liquid, and obviously smelling like bleach. I kind of assumed that it was. So before I get too far ahead with it, I want to clarify some things. Clarify what you told me about your day. You woke up this morning about 5:45. Got up, fixed breakfast, fixed your husband's lunch and your kids' lunch and stuff like that. Went back upstairs, woke up your kids.
I got dressed first before I woke up my kids.
Okay. So you got dressed, woke up your kids, got them ready. You guys left the house at about 6:45, you said?
Yeah.
And then you...
Stopped at 7-Eleven.
Yep, stopped at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I withdrew $20, and then they wanted Slurpees.
7-Eleven, Slurpees, and money.
At first, Fatima's school.
And then you went, dropped off.
I went then back to Wilcox, dropped off Fatima, because the before program starts at 7.
Mm-hmm. So you drop her off.
At 7.
And then you go to Rakaya's daycare place.
Yeah, her preschool.
Drop her off.
And then I went to Big B for a coffee for me.
Okay. And then Big B, and then you went to work.
And then I had meetings.
You were at work all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you leave work about 4:30.
Yep, I got done at 4:30.
Go pick up Rakaya. You leave there. You come back to
the Griffin Vicky.
The old daycare.
Yep,
to get
the text, and I didn't get it. They said they will call me.
Yeah, and then you went to pick up Fatima at Wilcox. Then you guys came to the library, and then you went to Meyer, and then you guys ate the girls ate Subway there, and then you came back home. And when you got home, you were trying to get the garage door open.
Yeah, that was stuck.
And it wouldn't open, so you go into the house through the front door.
Yeah, it was unlocked.
And you found the door unlocked. You walked in, you set out the lights. It was dark.
It was dark, yeah. Because usually he usually is the last one out. He would close all the lights out before he leaves.
Okay.
So I think apparently he didn't get a chance to turn any of the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
So the lights were all off when I got in.
So all the lights were off, and you said that you saw him on the ground.
Yeah, it was dark on there.
Yeah, and then
I called out a few times, and then hearing the girl, like Rakaya, crying, and Fatima, "Mommy, what's going on? What's going on? Can we come down?" I wanted to make sure they're okay and they're safe, and I got scared because I didn't know if someone was still inside, and had to call for help.
So you left. When you left, you came out that same front door that you went into.
Yeah, because the garage was not opening.
Yeah. Then you shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
Came out.
Went back inside my truck because it was still on the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I talked to Beth and everything, and she said she was coming, and I continued while I was waiting for her to play with the remote for the garage. It finally did open. I pull in, turn off the vehicle, immediately take the girls out of the truck because I didn't know if someone was hiding in a garage or in his truck or they're coming out of this door. So we waited by the mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
And then Beth came real quick, and she took the girls, and I just told her, like, on the side, I was like, I don't know what happened, but I really need to call the police, and my husband's on the ground. And she's like, okay, don't worry, I'll take care of the girls. And that's when I called the police.
Can I ask you something about your husband? You said that when you walked in, the lights were off, and you could see him on the ground. How did you know that was your husband?
From his shoes.
His shoes. You didn't.
No, his shoes was off. From his, I don't know. Like from his body. Like his body.
So you saw his body?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw the condition he was in?
No. I couldn't see anything. It was dark.
This was the point when investigators began testing the accuracy of the wife's memory. She stated that the house was completely dark and that she could not clearly see the victim's face, yet she was certain it was her husband. For experienced investigators, details that seem very small, such as the lighting, the viewing distance, and the sequence of events, can determine the entire direction of an investigation. If even one statement is inconsistent, they will continue digging deeper until every piece fits together.
But I don't want to, I know it's a hard time, and I know that when people are in these situations, there's bits and pieces that sometimes you kind of miss out. Is there a chance that maybe you weren't 100% sure that was him? Could have been somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Any chance that it could be someone else?
I mean, his truck was parked inside the garage, and we have no one. And like, that was his body type.
But you didn't see his face?
No.
To actually say, yeah, that's someone.
And it was dark. I didn't want to get too close. And
if you saw his body, then you saw that there was a lot of blood there.
I didn't.
Because I walked in, there's no way you wouldn't be able to see that. If you saw his body, then you would know that there was a lot of blood there. Because I did go see.
Was it dark still in there?
It was, the lights were, I had a flashlight, and the lights were on.
They were on?
Yeah, we turned I think my partners that showed up.
But when I went inside, the lights are completely off.
Okay.
No lights whatsoever.
Okay.
And I got home around 7:50, so it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
So the house was completely dark.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a body there. I mean, after not hearing from him or him answering your text, that's him. And his truck is there.
So, well, obviously.
But seeing him, no, I didn't see.
Okay. And that's what I want to confirm.
That's why I was telling Darren, I need, this is not happening. I need to see him.
And that's what I want to, obviously, there's somebody who's passed away in your house, and I want to confirm
Can
that.
I show you a picture?
Mm-hmm. I want to confirm this person's identity, and that's what I'm saying is that.
And I showed Darren. I showed him his picture.
His picture. Okay.
Yeah. I can't do this anymore.
Do you remember seeing what kind of clothes you saw when you were in there?
I really don't know. I was so scared. I really don't know.
Okay.
Is that him?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a good look.
I can get another picture. I mean, that was like in the summer. He lost weight. So.
And that's obviously I want to have the confirmation of the person in your house being, of the real identity of that person. I want to say it is him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just look. I mean, it's very
hurt
similar.
in his face.
What's that?
Is hurt in his face?
Yeah, he's got some wounds to his face, facial area, I guess.
What am I gonna do?
So that, and you have no idea how this happened with him or to him.
We were talking. We were literally talking. Can it happen? And what? The last time I spoke to him was what? 6:49? Was that the last time I spoke with him?
Well, Bdour,
6:46.
Bdour, I'm not saying what I'm saying is that I don't believe you did it. I don't believe you did it. I don't think you
You
were.
can ask everybody at work. I was there at work the whole time.
I completely believe you. I don't think that
We were talking all day.
I don't physically think that you harmed him. I don't think that you're the one who did this. Physically harmed him. What I'm asking is,
Do I know?
what knowledge do you have about that? Do you know who might have done it? Who might be upset with him? Who
No.
do you
Like,
think?
he has nobody. Like I said, home, work, CrossFit, and then home. And I know his, the friends that he knows, CrossFit friends, I introduced him to CrossFit. They're my friends before they became his friends.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I know at his work is one girl. The rest, I don't know his coworkers. But he tells me, oh, Dale said this, and I don't know who Dale is, but a name, I hear a name.
Yeah.
He's my friend and blah, blah, blah. He tells me about his day and his supervisor, Heather, and blah, blah, blah. I hear names, but people seem, I don't know who they are. Same thing with him, when I talk about my work, oh, Robin said this and that. He hears the name, but he doesn't know who my coworkers are and stuff like that. He knows my friends.
Can I ask you something? And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. You said that there was a period of time when, after the miscarriage, where you guys kind of went cold with each other.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Do you? And like I said, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But was there any place where you went and found comfort outside of him?
I do have friends.
Well, I'm talking specifically about male friends.
I do have male friends. Yes, I do have friends, and I've been talking to my guy friends.
Okay. About the personal stuff.
No. I do have. I don't know. I have a mix of a lot of friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a lot of support from my friends, emotional support and just them being there for me.
Anyone in particular?
I have a lot. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to my friends a lot.
Well, and like I said, I'm talking specifically about male friends. Any male friends that you open up to a little bit more so than others?
There's a few. I have a few guy friends, yes.
Any of them? Is it possible that any of them may have construed your, I guess, your friendliness or your?
No, I don't know.
You don't think any of them may have possibly?
It's just venting and sympathy for me and my situation and
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going through. We're here for you, and if you need a hug, I'm here. Just listening.
Okay. Do you know if your husband was into any type of gambling? Had any gambling debts? Was he into any narcotics or anything like that? Into drugs? Have any addictions or anything like that?
No gambling. No drugs. No alcohol. No, nothing. He's clean.
Would you like some more water?
Yes.
Let me grab some water for you. I actually want a little water myself. I'll be right back, okay?
I need to go back.
What's that?
I need to go back to him.
I'll try to get you back as soon as we can, okay? I have just a couple more things I want to ask you, okay? Sorry about that, Bdour. So,
The interrogation shifted to a more objective source of evidence: cell phone data. In modern investigations, a cell phone preserves almost every part of a person's daily life. Text messages, phone calls, location history, photographs, and app usage records can all help reconstruct exactly what happened on the day of the incident. Investigators understood that while statements can be influenced by emotion, digital evidence rarely lies.
a little bit. I had to try to go find this form real quick. So one of the things as part of our investigations that I wanna try to figure out. Obviously, you said that you guys were talking. You and Ammar were talking with each other throughout the day and stuff like that. So what I want to do is I want to be able to download your phone so I can preserve those records. I may not need it right now, but it's more or less to show that to confirm what you've been telling me. Hey, look, we do talk on a normal basis, like what you were saying. We were texting each other back and forth and stuff like that today. So what I want to do is I want to preserve that as evidence to support what you told me. So I can actually show and say, hey, look, she told me that they were texting each other, they were talking with each other and stuff like that. And her phone content is independent from what she's telling me, and it proves what she was telling me, that she's been talking with them and stuff like that.
But I do have pictures and videos on there that shouldn't be seen.
Okay. I'm trying to see.
Because I wear a scarf, so I mean, there's a lot of pictures and videos and.
I completely understand that as well. I'm trying to think of.
Should I delete them? Delete pictures or upload them to my computer?
I'm trying to. I'm thinking about the software that they use to do that, to see if there's.
I'm not very techy, so I really don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can read the messages if you want. I can give you my phone and you can read the messages.
I'm trying to think of the software they use if they can select, just phone call logs and just text messages.
T-Mobile, you can go to T-Mobile and get the logs. Text messages, if you would like to read them, you can read them. Usually I would have only my husband, because we're always in contact, and usually I would delete all the other text messages that I receive. But because today I was talking with a lot of people and I was in a panic mode.
Who else?
Because my phone doesn't have a lot of memory, so I usually try to
delete them.
Yeah.
Who all did you speak to today?
Today?
Yeah. You said that you had a.
I spoke today or just within the past couple of days?
You said that you were talking to a lot of people today.
No, I don't. A lot of people, but I meant like Beth and Tracy and my sister and my other sister and one of my friends.
Well,
Oh, why did it say yesterday? Oh.
Yeah, it's yesterday now. It's past midnight. So obviously the information that we get from your phone, everything, the text messages, photos, videos, and stuff like that, those don't go anywhere.
I know, but I mean, I still don't want people looking at my stuff, looking at my pictures or videos or any of that.
Well, if
you want call records, you have my permission.
Let me ask you this: if I'm able to extract only the text messages and phone call logs and stuff like that, would you allow me to just do those and not do the pictures and videos and stuff like that?
I don't know. Is that doable?
Well, that's what I have to call and ask the guy who would do it. And that's what I'm asking. If you're saying that's okay to do, if we're able to do that, if we can do that, then it's an option that we can go.
I mean, to help you, should I just upload my pictures and videos to my laptop?
For us or for you? I guess I missed what you're...
I mean, so then everything will get deleted, like on my gallery here. Should I just upload everything onto my computer, like all my pictures and stuff?
Can I ask you
my pictures and videos.
Yeah, your pictures and your videos.
Like put in a hard drive.
Is there, can I ask if the pictures are, I don't know, and I understand.
It's like others?
I'm sorry. What's
like
that?
You mean if there's others in there? Like other people in my pictures?
No.
Oh, okay.
But like, are the pictures, are your pictures like of, I don't want to offend you, but...
Yeah, but there's nudes and there's like pictures there.
Okay. And there...
And then obviously there's a lot of pictures of me without my scarf there and videos of me without my scarf and...
Okay. You said the nudes and stuff, are they of other people?
No.
That you have, so they're of you?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would I have other people?
So, I'm trying to figure out here. So obviously the reason, the contents of your phone these days obviously is very important to any investigation.
And can you get them from T-Mobile? Is that something that you can get from T-Mobile?
That's the thing, is that I don't know if we can. I'll be honest with you, I've never...
Well, can I go log in and print you?
The messages and stuff?
I don't know, messages. Maybe messages? Print you like the call log, like call history and...
Well, let me ask you that.
Or you can examine my phone while I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If I would you allow us to I mean, you can come with me to where we're going to download the stuff. I mean, it's going to take a couple hours to do, but what they would do is they would download the contents of your phone for, like I said, it's not going anywhere other than for our own evidence purposes.
But I mean, you're a male.
Even after speaking with the wife for many hours, investigators still had not found the answer to the biggest question in the case. Who wanted to take the life of a man who was described as quiet, who did not gamble, did not drink, did not use drugs, and had virtually no enemies? Ironically, it was that very image of being perfect that made his death more difficult to explain than ever before. From this point on, the investigation gradually shifted away from searching for an outside suspect and toward the possibility that the truth was being hidden within statements that at first appeared completely harmless.
So, yeah. No, I completely understand that as well. It's not for... Right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop, like I was saying to you before, I don't have any of those questions I don't have any answers to those questions. Why, the how, why was he put in a situation like this where he would get killed? So what I'm trying to develop is I'm trying to find out answers to those questions. And like I said, I'm not saying that you have any involvement in it. But what I'm trying to do is understand from your point of view what could have caused this, what may have caused this.
I don't know. That's all I was morning, I left for work, and that's all I know. And we were in contact all day today. And that's how our day is usually, like during the week. We're in contact, we're texting back and forth. If we can't talk on the phone, we're texting back and forth.
Well, right before I left out of here, I started asking you about you said you and your husband went cold for a bit between the two of you, right?
It's just like and not cold, like I mean we're still a couple, but like I meant like I don't know. I think maybe I'm just going through a lot, and I'm being very sensitive. Who knows?
Okay.
After more than an hour of intense questioning, the investigators decided to take the interrogation in a completely different direction. Instead of focusing only on the crime scene or the victim's final hours, they began examining every crack in the couple's marriage. Because many homicide cases that appear to have no clear motive often begin with secrets that have never been revealed.
I was saying, if you and your husband, in your word is that you guys went cold, was there a possibility, or is there a possibility that he may have gone out and cheated with you? I've asked you that, right?
I don't know. And a couple months ago, he he did say he wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
the reason why I asked that is because, and I didn't want to bring it to this point, but I feel like I do want to ask you now. Do you think, or is it possible that maybe he went and did find somebody, and that somebody, maybe the person that he did find or was seeing on the side or whatever may have been upset with him? But could that be, what I'm saying is, could that be a possibility of as to what led to today?
And I can't say yes or no because I don't know. I don't have proof. I've never suspected anything other than the recent downloads of Snapchat and Instagram, and sitting next to him and seeing there were just emails with the contacts on there. That was the only thing. But did I see messages? Do I see him talking? Or do I see him like closing it if I'm near? No. So there's not, I can't say yes or no.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it comes to my mind sometimes. Sometimes, like when I heard him say he's not happy and he doesn't know what to do and stuff like that, and how he can help me, or how, like, any of that. So, like, I don't know.
And then on the flip side of it, right before I left, I was asking you about, with that, did you, or, you know, were you finding comfort with other
and I
males?
said yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I do have friends, and my friends know I experienced an ectopic, and they do know I experienced a miscarriage, and they know I'm struggling, and they know, like, I stopped going to CrossFit and working out, and they've been concerned about me, and I have a lot of people check on me, and yes, it includes male guys.
Okay. And that's what I want to get to. Okay. And from this, you know, from here forward, I'm talking specifically about male friends. Okay. And like I said before, I asked you the same questions about your husband. I'm going to ask you those same questions about you. Okay. And you said for your husband's part, you don't know, because you don't know what he's doing or what he's not doing. But I'm going to ask you specifically: was there somebody else that you were seeing outside of your husband?
Like as a boyfriend or
intimately?
I mean, I had a part where I was seeing like friends with benefits.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago.
Okay. Anything recently? And
I don't know.
Bdour, I can understand where this could be a little bit embarrassing. Okay. And
It's not embarrassing.
Okay.
It's really embarrassing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a married, like I said, I'm a married man, and if somebody's asking me about if I'm
uncomfortable.
Oh, okay, I can understand that it's uncomfortable, but if somebody's asking me, hey, are you seeing somebody outside of your wife? To me, that'd be embarrassing to me. So I guess I shouldn't have assumed. I should not have assumed that. But and I know it could be uncomfortable, but the reason why I ask is, if you're seeing somebody outside of your husband, is it possible that maybe that person could have been the other person that may have...
They don't know my husband. They don't know my husband.
Do they know where you live?
I don't think so, no.
Did they know that you were married?
Yes, recently, yes.
Okay. How recent?
A few months ago.
Okay. We talking a few months as in like back in summer, fall, Christmas time?
Summer, I would say.
Okay. Can I ask you this person's name?
No.
Okay. How'd you meet this person?
Online.
Okay. And through like Snapchat or?
No. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember how we met.
Dating app or like a chat site?
I think through mutual friends. I don't remember.
Okay. And you said that this person does know that you were married? Any chance Well, let me ask you this. How...
My family should not know.
Well, I'm not going to, like I said, we're not...
Anything that I say is confidential.
In here.
And I don't give permission to anyone.
Absolutely. Everything we talk about in here stays right here. I'm not telling your family anything. I'm not saying anything to your family. If your family says, hey, look, if your family's, you know, if your family asks, I'll just say, hey, look, that's something that you're going to have to talk to with Holt.
I think it's time for me, because, I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, this, you remember how I was telling you about, I want to figure out the questions as to what happened to your husband. And
I don't know.
Okay.
And it's just a fling. I mean, it's just
when's the last time you...
friends with benefits kind of thing.
When's the last time you met up with this person?
I haven't seen him in like a few weeks, I think.
Few weeks, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where do you guys normally meet up?
I mean, we go out to eat or his apartment.
Does he live in the area?
Yeah, he lives in the Lansing area.
Okay. Is he somebody that you work with? You said you met him through some mutual friends, stuff like that. Is there any chance that this person, you said you met him back in the summertime, right?
Mm-hmm. And during that period, I met a lot of guys, like on and off, and it was just, again, like...
The deeper the investigation went, the more complicated the picture became. The extramarital relationships that were initially viewed as casual encounters gradually revealed more noteworthy details. Some people knew she was already married, while others hoped the relationship would become something more serious. For the investigators, this was no longer simply a matter of private life, but a series of leads that could point to the motive behind a murder.
Just hooking up?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
During that time, is there any chance...
Yeah, because I have a lot of guy friends, so I don't know.
Do any of those guys... You called it a hookup, so in my mind, when I think of a hookup, it's like a one-night thing, right? Is there any...
I would say friends with benefits on some of them, okay. On some occasions.
Okay. Any chance that any of those guys wanted to push it further? Actually have a relationship with you or anything like that? Any of them ever mentioned that to you? None of them? Any chance, or...
Because they know my situation.
Okay.
Or most of them know my situation.
Any chance any of those guys would want to be in a relationship with you? Like long-term relationship with you?
Probably.
Any chance any of those guys might want to do this to your husband?
No.
No chance?
They don't know. They don't know him.
But they know that you're married?
Yeah, but they don't know him.
Any chance that obviously it's real easy to figure out where people live and stuff like that these days. Any chance that any of these people would want to ever have issues with these people, or any chance any of these people would want to I guess push their way into the situation you have with your husband? Any of them ever be kind of forceful about, hey, we should just get into a relationship together or anything like that?
Yeah, but that ended a long time ago.
How long?
I walked out of it.
How long ago was that?
In June.
In June, in the summertime?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask what his or her name is? What his name is? Do you understand?
I don't want to say the person's name, and maybe they had nothing to do with it. I don't want to get them in trouble. Or I put them through it.
Well, we're not saying that they're the ones who did it, but we're trying to figure out who might have done it.
So, I mean, he wanted a relationship, yes. I explained to him I can't get in a relationship because I'm married.
Was there ever any talks about if he wasn't around, there'd be a relationship?
No.
Never mentioned, never came up or anything like that?
No.
Did he ever say anything that would allude to that? Saying, hey, like a hypothetical, what if he wasn't around anymore? Would you be with me or what, anything like that?
No.
Never
Never
said
mentioned that. I mean, like I said, he wanted a relationship and he knew I had kids, so, but yeah.
When's the last time you talked to that person?
I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been a long time since maybe it ended like in January, but I think the last time I spoke with him was like in August or it's been a long time.
Okay. And you said that in your mind, obviously just like with your husband, you don't know what this guy's really thinking, right?
Who's thinking?
Well, anybody else. You know what I mean?
Different.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, you know what you're thinking. Just like when I was asking if you think your husband would cheat on you or anything like that, you're like, I really don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. Could it be possible that maybe this guy has it in his mind that maybe he wants to be with you, and he'll do anything and everything to be with you, including possibly harming your husband?
We haven't been in contact, like, at all. Yes, it was alarming that he found out my Facebook and he found out my husband's Facebook and
This guy did?
yeah, and he found our address and
Do you see those red flags for me now?
and that's why I left.
Okay.
That's why I told him, no, you can't do this.
Well, and obviously these questions, they are uncomfortable questions, and these are for obviously because like you told Darren, like you
But
told.
it's not, what if he didn't do anything? It's not fair. Then what if you start questioning him and then he's clean and has nothing and then he's gonna come after me?
Well, I'm not gonna go question him.
I mean, of course, police is gonna question him.
Well, not right now. I have to have reason to go question him. I don't have a reason. I mean, you two are both consenting adults, right? What you guys did together, what you guys decided to do together, it wasn't like he forced you into it, right? You said, hey, look.
I mean, just once.
What do you mean just once?
That was the last time I saw him. He forced himself against me, and I told him that he raped me, and we got in a big argument and stuff like that. And that was the last time I saw him.
And that was back in June sometime.
No, I don't know. I don't actually remember. I think it was like sometime in August. That was the last time.
Okay.
And then we just lost contact.
And you said that there was a point in time where you said over the summer you hooked up with a few guys, right? Mm-hmm. Did your husband ever find out?
No.
He never knew?
No.
Or, okay. So he never found out about any of this stuff.
No.
Is it possible? And you said that this guy that we're talking about, he found your address.
Yeah, I was at work. I was at work once, and he just started texting me like my Facebook page, my husband's Facebook page.
Like he's taking screenshots of it.
And then like our address, and then.
And that doesn't alarm you?
Well, I freaked out at the moment.
Well,
I mean, but that was months ago. Like I freaked out, and then we talked about it. I went and saw him. I left work right away. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, so what if you found out this information? Like, why are you doing this?
Bdour, let me, and
I sound stupid right now.
No, you agreed earlier. You said, "Hey, look, I'll do whatever
I'm trying to help, but
help."
Then what if he has nothing to do with it?
Well, that's. I'm not saying he does, but that at least gives me an idea of, okay, now if this guy was bold enough to come after you and say, hey, look, I can find your Facebook, I can find your husband's Facebook, so he knows what your husband looks like if he's finding his Facebook page, if he can find out where you live and stuff like that. Bottom line is, if this guy is bold enough to do that,
and he knows where I work,
and who's to say that you can see that his behavior is obviously not normal. You know, if it was just a...
He said he was insecure for doing so and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, you're basically my husband. You're very controlling and...
Well, and I want to put this out there because I got 4 kids. You have 2, okay?
When investigators learned that one man had located her home address, found both the husband and wife's Facebook accounts, and knew exactly where she worked, they immediately recognized multiple signs of obsessive behavior. Their greatest concern was not only that the husband had died, but also the safety of the couple's 2 children if the person responsible was still at large.
And you have one that was born in, you said 2000 and...
One's 2010, one's 2015.
Okay. I have one that was, I actually have 4 total. I have one that was born in 2014 and 2016. So I got one that's right around yours, that one's age, okay? If this guy's bold enough to do all that stuff, don't you think that if he decided, hey, one day he wanted to just show up at your place, that he could?
What does it have to do with my kids, though? What brought up the kids?
That's where your kids live, right? What if he shows up one day when your kids are there?
And that's why I was scared and I left him. It's because of that.
And
but why months later?
That's the question. Maybe he's been stewing on it for months. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know this guy.
Why months later? I think the last time I saw him was August.
But you understand, you understand that it's a possibility. You understand that? And that's why it's I sound like I'm harping on it a little bit, and I am, but you understand it becomes a safety issue with your children as well.
But what if it turns out nothing, and then yes, I am at a risk, like at a safety risk?
What if it is something? You tell me, which risk are you willing to take? What if it is something? I mean, you're a grown woman. I'm trying to help you figure out what happened to your husband. That's my job. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what happened to your husband.
I'm trying to find out too.
Okay, and like I said, I've said this 3 or 4 times. I'm stretching here because from what you told me about your husband, no drugs, no alcohol. He doesn't live that lifestyle where he's out there causing trouble and stuff like that. If he's just a normal, straight, hardworking dude, why in the world is he coming home and getting hurt the way he does, being left in your house for you to find? Do you understand?
To hurt me, someone is there to hurt me.
And that's why I said I'm stretching here. I'm trying to figure out who has the capability, who has the motive to want to do this. And maybe your husband just kind of got caught. Maybe he came home from work and said, hey, look, long day, and I've had them, long days, just want to go and be with my wife and kids. Just want to go spend the night with wife and kids, maybe have a nice movie, nice dinner or something, and he shows up, and it's something, and it could be anybody who, like I said, could be this guy, could be some other guy, I don't know. Could be just some random kid down the street trying to take a TV and your husband catches him in the act. I don't know.
What are we going to do?
That's what we're doing. This right here, I'm asking these questions, and like I said...
I mean, I'm trying my best.
What's this guy's name? I can't force it out of you, Bdour. You told me you wanted to help me, and I know these questions, they seem like they're you said they're uncomfortable, and they are. It's because we're in an uncomfortable situation. Do you agree? I mean, this is not a normal, everyday occurrence here in Holt. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I've been a police officer here for 13 years, and this is like maybe 2 or 3. This is the second one here in Holt that I've been a part of, where it was an actual murder in Holt in 13 years, where I've been a part of. So it's not a normal occurrence, and it's not a comfortable situation to be in. But you told me that you're trying to help me out as best I can to figure out what happened to your husband. These questions are all leading towards that.
I want to be the one to say his name.
Well, how am I supposed to find it?
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Was he ever saved in your phone?
He's deleted, he's blocked, he's removed.
Okay. Have you ever texted him? Not recently, but ever.
Yeah.
When was the last time you texted him?
I don't remember. Maybe August.
Last time you had a phone conversation with him?
Maybe August. I don't remember.
any chance, and I'm harping on this guy a little bit because of what you told me about him. He's going out, and you didn't solicit your information to him. You didn't say, here's my Facebook page.
A different name.
And for him to be able to go out and find out your real name, your husband's real name, that's not a little creepy to you?
It was creepy, that's why I left.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying is that
that's why I left. It was so freaking creepy.
If this guy is
psycho.
That's the word. That's the word. Thank you. So you asked me why months later?
Yeah, why months later? Like, I thought... Like,
that's the answer. What if he is one? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Crazy.
What if he is?
I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. What's the guy's name?
I don't know.
Bdour. Are you really trying to help me or not?
I am trying to help, but...
Then help me.
What if he didn't do anything?
What if he did? You tell me.
I need to talk to a lawyer.
Okay. You want?
Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm saying the right things. I don't know if I'm saying the wrong things. I don't know if it's helping me or helping you or any of this.
Okay.
After 2 continuous hours of facing increasingly direct questions, the woman finally requested an attorney. With that single statement, the entire interrogation had to stop immediately in accordance with the law. But for the investigators, that silence did not mean the investigation had slowed down. On the contrary, it marked the moment when their focus shifted entirely to the physical evidence.
Well, because you said you wanted to talk to an attorney, I'm not going to ask you any more questions about it, okay? If you tell me that you want to talk to me, again, like I said, I'll give you a card and stuff like that. But if you want to talk to me and help me figure this thing out...
So what happens next?
What do you mean? Oh, with this whole investigation thing? So in terms of this investigation, like I told you, we're treating this like it was a murder, like it was a homicide, okay? And we have to, because we don't know if it is or what it was, okay? But we have to treat it that way so we can be as thorough as possible with it, okay? So because we're going to treat it that way, right now, like I said, we're going to get a search warrant for your house. We're going to go search your residence for clues, any type of clue that we can find to help us figure out what happened. That's the process, the next process of this. Once we get finished doing all that stuff, I'll give you a call and let you know that we're done out of there.
So where am I going to go?
As of right now, you can, if you want, you can go back and sit at that. You can't go inside your house.
So where do I go?
Hotel, maybe with family or something.
How can I afford a hotel?
Like I said, you can go sit outside in a vehicle or something, but right now, it's a crime scene. I can't allow you back in there.
How about our stuff? Our clothes?
Well, we're not moving anything.
I know, but how do I get clothes?
You just have to wait for us. Okay? So that's the process that we'll go. And then the next process that we're going to go is that...
like, okay, I asked for a lawyer, so... Where do I go for a lawyer? Google,
White Pages, wherever. It's lawyers are all over the place. You can find one almost anywhere. But this is, and I've been very upfront with you, with our investigation and everything. Any question you have, feel free to ask me. I'll answer it for you. Okay. But as part of our investigation...
did I do something wrong?
No. I don't think you did. Do you think you did?
No, I did not.
Okay. I don't think you did anything wrong. The questions that I asked you were, like I said, they were investigatory because I don't know you.
Yeah,
and so I don't know your husband. So I'm trying to build a sense of, okay, on a daily basis, what does Bdour usually do? She gets up at 5 o'clock, fix breakfast, lunch, and stuff like that. That's why all these questions are kind of building, so I can at least kind of understand what you would normally do.
Right.
So it's not, you didn't do anything wrong. Okay, you've answered all the questions, or most of the questions that I've asked of you, and I appreciate that. Right now, like I said, because we are treating this like a death investigation, a homicide, a murder investigation, there are certain things that we have to do to preserve the integrity of the investigation, and also there are certain processes and procedures that we have to do in terms of the law to keep everything a legal process. Just like when you said, hey, look, I want to talk to an attorney and I don't want to answer any questions, I'm not asking you more questions about any of this stuff. But as part of our process in investigation, there are certain things that we have to collect as part of evidence. We have to collect as part of our investigative process. Okay?
What's going to happen to my husband?
As of right now, once we get done doing what we need to on scene, a ambulance company is going to come pick him up. Ambulance is going to take him to the hospital, and we're going to have an autopsy performed on him, so we can conclusively identify the cause of death with him.
Will I go with him?
To the autopsy? No, you wouldn't. If you wanted to go and be at the hospital when it's being performed, you can. It'll be at Sparrow Hospital.
Is it happening tonight? Like tonight?
I don't. No, not tonight. Probably within the next day or two.
So where's his body going to stay?
What's that?
His body, where is it going to stay?
At the morgue at Sparrow Hospital.
Will I go there?
To Sparrow Hospital, if you want to. You won't be able to see him or anything like that.
So when do I get to see him?
Once they finish with all that, they'll call you and they'll say, hey, look, do you have a funeral home picked out for him and all this other stuff, and then
I think I want to bury him back home.
Okay.
So back home.
Yeah, and then that's something that you would arrange, and then when they call you, with that, you can relay that information to them, and you guys can coordinate how you guys want to do that. Once they finish with the autopsy and stuff like that, like I said, they'll call you, and if you say, hey, look, I want them sent back to Iraq and have them buried there, that's something that you would coordinate on your own, and you can tell them, and they can come to the hospital, and you guys can coordinate with each other of how to get them back there.
Okay, because I don't know how it works.
Okay, so that's the process of what it'll be. Okay, but for right now, tonight, like I said, if you can find a place to stay, family members, friends around here, if you want to go back with your family to Ann Arbor or wherever, you can. Okay, so give me 1 second.
Let me choose the restroom.
Okay. We can go. Do you remember where it was?
I think so.
Yeah, I can walk you to it.
Do I take my stuff or keep them here?
You can leave it here.
Let's close our window.
We'll be right back with you, okay?
Once the interview could no longer continue, all attention turned to the evidence. The wife's cell phone, the clothes she was wearing, and all of her personal data were collected for forensic examination. In modern homicide investigations, text message history, cell phone location data, photographs, and digital evidence often tell a more accurate story than any statement made inside an interrogation room.
Better? You had 2 glasses of water. Hey, Bdour, so, remember I was telling you that we'd be collecting things and stuff like that as part of our investigation, okay? One of the things that I'm going to collect is your phone, okay? I'm going to seize your phone as part of our investigation, okay? I'm going to take your phone, and it's just going to be the same process that I told you. I'm going to get a search warrant, we're going to download the contents to your phone, and we're going to sift through it as part of our evidence, okay? In addition to that, what I'm going to require as well is your current garments.
My clothes?
Yeah. We're going to try to facilitate getting you extra clothes here, and you can change out, but I have to collect your clothes
Right now?
as part of the evidence. Okay? Okay. You mentioned that you wanted...
Like even my scarf?
We can get you another scarf.
Yeah, because I'm like, where am I going to get a scarf?
Yeah. You mentioned that you wanted to get an attorney. Okay. You want to get an attorney tonight? Because I do want to continue talking to you.
Oh.
I do have extra questions that I want to talk to you.
Are you going to continue?
Well, I'd like to, but I can't.
I've been since 5 a.m. It's going to be like 12 hours.
Okay.
I mean, do you have an attorney for me?
We can try to facilitate one if you'd like, or if
Can you tell my family to go get some rest, or go stay with my my husband's sister because she needs some help too?
Well,
I'm fine here. I'm fine with you guys. Hi. Can they go home?
Do you think that you prefer to stay? I mean,
I prefer to stay.
Could you stay with your sister-in-law and brother that live here in Okemos?
Yeah, I can.
So that is an option?
Yeah, that is an
To
option.
be close? Cause
Yeah, no, I want to be close.
I understand that you asked for an attorney,
I did.
alright, which, you know, creates certain lines in the sand for us.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is all new to me, so I don't want to be doing something wrong.
I understand. But at the same time, you expressed to me, very clearly, the importance this man is to you.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of unanswered questions. So,
Yeah.
If you'd like to go, discuss or update your family on what's going on, and
Let's see if they want to go.
yeah, they may be able to help you facilitate getting an attorney or calling and that type of thing too.
Who's awake at this time?
We understand the likelihood's not great, but I think a conversation probably needs to be had. They're concerned about you. It's been a minute.
yeah.
But at some point, I'm sure you would agree it's important that we reconvene and help find
I'm trying my best.
whoever.
Okay, okay.
You're going to take them down?
Yeah.
Can I delete some pictures then?
No, you can't.
Because, I mean, there's personal pictures there without my scarf and, like, some nudes in there of me.
Nothing on there is going to be used in a way that
I know, still, but you guys are males.
exploits you or.
But you guys are males.
and-
That's against my religion.
Well, we're gonna work within the law. Okay.
I mean, I don't care about call history or text messages, but I have pictures there.
We will make every effort to preserve your dignity and respect your culture and practices. But here we take death investigations very serious.
Yeah, that's serious.
And
Bdour, can I ask you do you have a lock or a code
I
on
do.
here? What's the code on here?
I can't wait for an attorney first to talk to an
That's
attorney
fine.
about my phone and my concerns about my phone, about my religion, and
That's
my
completely fine.
pictures on there.
No, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
You're more knowledgeable than I am, so I don't know.
Yeah. So, for right now, if you want to go out and talk to your family, update them what's going on and stuff like that,
What can I tell them? That they can go home?
that you can tell them whatever you want.
Months of investigation eventually led detectives to a conclusion that was completely different from what appeared during that interrogation. Prosecutors determined that this was not a spontaneous death or an unexpected home invasion, but a premeditated murder plot. Bdour Al-Yasari and Jacob Joseph Feitcher were charged with first-degree premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. In November 2019, Jacob Joseph Feitcher was found guilty by a jury, and in January 2020, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Bdour Al-Yasari was tried separately, convicted in April 2022, and sentenced in June 2022 to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As of today, both remain incarcerated in the state of Michigan. The interrogation you have just watched was not where the people responsible confessed to everything. However, the seemingly harmless statements, the carefully calculated moments of silence, and the many small inconsistencies that emerged inside that interrogation room became important pieces of evidence that helped investigators uncover the entire murder plot hidden behind what appeared to be an ordinary family. Thank you for watching today's video. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Your support means a great deal to us and allows us to continue bringing you more compelling content. Before you leave, be sure to watch one of our most unusual criminal cases right here. We'll see you in the next video.